Hey YouTubies, beekeeps, what's up? Thanks for coming by. Let me shut off my rig here. Camera's probably jiggling. Ah, there it is. It's going to heat up to, in about 5 minutes, guys, it's going to heat up to about 140 degrees inside this cab. I just shut the AC off, the truck off, yeah. So she's gonna, how you like my shirt here? I customized it. I got me a redneck wife beater shirt on now. It's got a, FinTech fishing shirt. I got me a FinTech fishing shirt. And then I got me another FinTech fishing shirt that's got long sleeves. These things breathe nice, and you can get them soaking wet. And then they breathe, so that it'll just, the sweat, or if you spray them with ice water. I didn't bring my ice water over here. I'm over at the other yard. You remember, 7 days ago, 19th, we installed our Matthew breeder queens, 5 of them. So today's 7th day. So let's go in. Hopefully they liked our new girls and they didn't kill them, or decided not to feed them and decided to make their own cells and disregard our $30 queens. Yeah. Hopefully. I was in the doctor's office there the other day, just routine crap, they make you go through. Checking my vital signs, Everything was hunky-dory. Blood work all looked good, except the cholesterol. He said, "Oh, Steve, this cholesterol." I said, "What's wrong with it?" He said, "Well, your LDL is off the chart." I said, "Well, what's my HDL? That's the good cholesterol." "Oh, you're 55 on that." I said, "Well, I'm golden." "I'm golden, Doc." He said, "Well, no, you're not. That LDL, that's some hairy stuff right there now." Can you believe they're still preaching this nonsense, guys? I said, "Doc, let me tell you something. I don't care if it shoots to the moon." I've told him this. We got to go through this every time we do blood work, guys. I'm going to open the door so I can go ahead and get a heat blast of this outside air. Actually, it's a little bit cool. I'm in the shade here a little bit. So anyway, yeah, guys, it's quite amazing what's going on. I said, "Doc, I was watching. You're sitting there forever. You're sitting there forever, waiting just to get called back. And these monstrous people are coming in, guys. They were just unbelievably fat, And I said, "Doc, every time I go there, I see this. I go, what in the heck? I said to Doc, "What are we doing, running a fat factory here?" Oh, God. You got to watch what you say. You got to watch. I said, "You do?" "Oh, you can't fat shame. You can't fat shame." I said, "Well, why don't we just introduce truth? And let maybe the people take the ball and run with it. You don't have to fat shame them. Just tell them, say, listen, you're going to check out 30 years before your time if you don't get your act together." Just say it like that, Doc. "Oh, you got to be careful with that." And I'm thinking to myself, I didn't call him out. I said, "Yeah, you want to keep them, fat and sick, so you can keep pumping these drugs to them and see them every other week, and then shoot them over to your bro buddy over here, to the diabetes guy, and get your metformin over there. Of course, he can give you a script for metformin." I seen a poor guy out there, guys. I was leaving, and he was sitting there, and there was a sign there: if you got your mask on, keep it above your nose. They're still playing mask games. Nobody in the office is wearing a mask. The doc's not wearing a mask, but they still got this sign there. Oh my goodness, guys, are you flipping kidding me? And he was there, and he said, "What's this script here?" Talking to the girl, the checkout girl. "Oh, he wants you to take I forget the name of the drug. It was a diabetes medication." And the poor guy, I thought he was going to cry. He was just sitting there, his head was hanging, like, oh God, another drug? Oh no, another drug? Like, oh, and you got to feel sorry for these people because you're putting your whole life and faith in these people, right? I told the doc, I said, good Lord, I said, you know, doc, when he's telling me about this fat shaming thing, I said, doc, you know, where I come from, okay, if you're withholding good common knowledge, good helpful knowledge, you know, you guys do the oath, and you're withholding information from these people for them to get better, that is doing harm. So where is this oath thing, do no harm? I shut him right. He looked, guys, like a little kid with his hand in the cookie jar, okay? Unbelievable, guys. Unbelievable. I've got another shirt here. Another fishing shirt. I get these things pretty cheap. I get them on sale. So these breathe nice. So I was wearing cotton here, see, underneath this. Oh my God, that cotton, guy, just holds the heat, and you know, might as well wear wool. You'd probably be cooler in wool. So hopefully, with my redneck wife beater shirt on here and this shirt on top, I could probably work the bees in this, but it's so light. If I start getting, you know, they start pinning my shirt to my titties, that hurts, you know, guys. But if you got 2 layers on, and if you do get poked to your titties, at least you can take and kind of lift it up a little bit, you know. But anyway, let's go in. Let's quit talking about these doctors and stuff and shenanigans. I'm already, look at the sweat already coming off my arm. I just shut the truck off. Let's go in and see if our baby girls made it out. Our sweet little Italianos. And if they're not, I think it will release them. Cross our fingers. Release them and set them baby girls free. Let's go down. I put the beetle barns in the bottom. These are regular day-day hives, and there's very little room at the top. With an SD beefy beehive like Steve-O runs, you got plenty of room up there. So start building the old SD beefy beehives. Start building them out of 2x8 ends for your 5s, 2x8 ends, and cut them 10 inches high, and cut down 3/4 and in 3/4, and now you got a nice ledge. Just set your frames on, and then get free pallet wood and put it on the sides. Cut your free pallet wood 21 and 5/16. The 2x8s that you get, cut them 10 inches high, and then cut that ledge like I told you, 3/4 in, 3/4 down. Cut your side. Take your pallet wood, for free pallet wood, mind you, and chop them 21 and 5/16 as a nice magic number, and then shoot them on the sides. Start at the top, get them nice and flush, and start down with your pallet. And you get down, say you're this close to getting to the bottom of your 2x material, that 10 inch. You're this close. You go, well, I don't want to cut a little sliver of pallet wood to fit in there. No, take that next piece above, run it through a table saw. So now it's up, see? Now take another piece that cantilevers over the bottom. Cut you another longer piece. It can be this long, it can be this long, just so it's longer and it's not this thin on the bottom, okay? Then when you're all done, you got your fence set at 10 inches, and push the whole box through the table saw and peel her off right there at the bottom of that, nice and flush to that 2x8 at the bottom of that 10-inch end piece. Yes. Be careful when you're picking pallets. Anything marked MB, what's the name of that stuff? I wrote it down here. Some of these pallets, they quit using this stuff, I guess, in '05, but I guess there's still a lot of pallets out there with this crap on it. And the stuff's toxic, not, you know, for the bees and humans, okay? MB, anything stamped MB, look on those side rails. You'll see HT, that's heat treated. Them are okay. There's a couple other things on there. If they're stamped EUR, don't use them. I forget what that is. Don't do it. If it's MB or EUR, don't use them. If it's marked CA, those are Canada pallets. They don't put nothing on their pallets, nothing. So you could use that wood. HT is heat treated. Good to use it. MB, methyl bromide. Nasty. Methyl bromide, don't use it. MB, don't use it, okay? But they quit, from what I'm hearing, they've stopped using it. They've outlawed it in the US of A. So hopefully we don't have any of that stuff out there. I'm looking at my pallets really close to make sure I don't have any of that junk on there, because I don't need to be poisoning bees or myself running this stuff through a saw. Yeah. So anyway, that's where we're at. Oh, David's coming over to talk to me, so let me check in with David here for a minute. Alrighty, guys, get going here. Miss Daisy gave me a laundry bag. Look at this thing. I was going to use this. I got to looking at this, and I said this would be perfect for a queen marking deal. I already quit using those rings. Remember I was making those rings? I already quit doing that. Hope you guys didn't waste too much time making those. If you did, I apologize for that. No, I started using a one-hand queen catcher. Yeah, a Man Lake one-handed queen catcher. You guys have seen them. I didn't bring it with me. Come on, girl, what's going on here with this thing? There we go. There we go. I'm hoping I won't hardly need any smoke to work these bees here, but you never know. Yeah, I'm liking this bag because it's got them big holes in it, and any dirt that's in them pine needles, they just fall right out. Another thing I quit doing too, this Hive tool right here is not wrapped. And what had happened, I've been using this wrapped one for years, but I've been putting it in my pocket. It's this one here. And that's number 30 tarred nylon wrapped on. That's been on there about 7 years. It does not move. I wrapped that, put it on there. But the problem is you're breaking a little bit of the magnetic action with that on. And I'm going to take and I used to put it had a good feeling grip on it, what it had. So anyway, I quit using that too. Went back to just a plain tool. And what I've done here is robbed this from base camp because they weren't hitting this pollen sub over here at all. So I just robbed the whole rig and put it on an S hook here with a little catch pan. So we'll see how that goes. I brought my little stand over, kind of like this stand that I built, because I can put my frame on it. Granted, you can just set the frame and lean it up against that box. But a lot of times, if you miss your queen, she's crawling up on the box. With over here, she's not. If she did crawl onto the stand, you could easily see her. Sometimes I'll get on the side of a box and run down and underneath. Now you got a queen on the outside of your box. That ain't good. No. Let's go into this hive here and see what's cooking. See if we got anything exciting in here. Looks like we got a bunch of bees in here. Ooh, this thing's loaded with food, guys. Holy crap. This thing's heavy duty. I don't think that queen's on that frame, but we're going to put it over there anyway, off to the side. Here's our queen cage, and she's been released. She's been released, guys. Let's see if she's laying. Oh man, guys. She is hammering it. She is hammering it. She's not laying so much on this side, but she sure is on this side. She's laying like crazy on this thing. I'm loving that, guys. Loving it. Lots of nectar here. These things don't need to be fed at all. Nice sheets of brood. Yeah, she's just starting to lay, guys. She's just starting to lay. I'm loving it. I am loving it, guys. I don't have many bees. I set this over. I don't have many bees here at all on this little stand here. So check this colony out, guys. I'm telling you, in about another week I need to get over here and stack a super on this thing. And then I'll move up I will move up one frame here. Let me smoke these down a little bit. I want to add, I think I've got enough room for a beetle barn here on top. Scrape this. This is the front of the hive. I really would like the beetle barn at the back of the hive. I'm thinking this lid's going to go on here. I'll position that in the back. I didn't check the other one. There's one of them on the floorboard. Next trip over, we'll change that. We're going to give this hive another week, and I'm going to bring a super, depending on what these girls are doing here. And this thing's blowing out. This will be blowing out, and she's going to need elbow room. So what we'll do is bring over another super, put on there, 5-frame super, and bring some brood, like a center one, upstairs, and fill out 4 planes. And we'll drop a plane on the outside edge, and then draw them all together so that heat will come up into the upper chamber. And that'll help coax them bees up into the top chamber and let them start filling that up. Give them a jump start on that. And I'll bring another jar of food. This bottom, these bees don't really need any food. There is some cabbage palm out here now. That's a cabbage palm right there. That one's sticking on the other side. But it's not big enough. It needs to get up 20 feet in the air, or a little better, usually, to start shooting out stalks to start putting out blooms. That's just a pup. These things grow slow too. They go very slow. I put one in smaller than that when I first moved in '99, and it's only up about, at my place, only up about 4.5 feet. So they grow very slowly. So anyway, I'm loving this, and we'll stack this up next time. Let's go down through the rest of these colonies, see what we got. Alrighty guys, what we got here is a nice looking Matthew Queen. Okay, nice Matthew Queen. And what is she doing? She appears to be laying, appears to be laying her little heart out. Okay? But look what they've done. Queen cells. Me no like. And I could take these cells and put in another hive. I see a hive beetle right there swimming around. I will kill him along with these cells. Alrighty, was that a bad move or what? This hive has not got the resources. I need to be putting more resources and more sealed brood in these things. At least 2 frames of solid sealed brood. And if I can't make that up, I surely shouldn't be making up a colony at all. Because it just gets too light, guys. They just get too light, in my opinion. What I didn't do is put on this beetle barn. There's not much room in there, as you can see, but I think it's just enough to get a beetle barn in. Yes, appears to be enough room here to get a beetle barn in there. So, see, that's a possibility. That's strange that they accepted that queen and she's laying. Normally when they're doing them cells like that, those cells were up on the frame. Those are replacement queen cells. What those are, replacement queen. Because they already decided we got to build a queen here. Well, in the meantime, they wouldn't release that queen because I had them. I had like 3 days before. Actually, it was 2 days before when I made these up. These boxes were queenless, so they'd already got in their heads, we got to make a queen. So then here comes Steve-O. It's best if you make up these boxes the day before and only have them in there for queenless for 24, and then you come along and airdrop a queen in there, cage queen, virgin or a cell. In this case, we use mated queens. Well, she started laying already. So when these were released, I'm gonna say probably on day 4 they released them, but it could have been day 5, and here we are into day 7. We've got 2 hives that have been released. Yeah. Now, Matthew was telling me my holes on my cages I got from Man Lake, and they're a lot bigger than this. He said to get these little small holes, you got to go direct. And he has even gone, he said, and the holes on the end are the same as my cages, but these side holes are smaller. And he's even gone to the point where he takes silicone and puts a little wipe of silicone on that bottom hole there. He said, because they can get in that hole, but they can't get through these small holes, the beetles. But yet the bees can feed her on the inside here. So anyway, day 7, keep that in your hair cover computer, guys. Day 7, it's working. That's all I can tell you. Let's go into these and find out what's going on. Okay, guys, day 7. You see that queen in there? That little pink dot on her? They're just about to breach that hole. Just about to breach it and let her out. But they've been feeding her. They've been feeding her, so I'm going to open this cage up and let her crawl down in this colony. Okay, she ran down in. I'm surprised. 7 days. 7 days, guys. 7 days, that's a long time, but I've heard as many as 10 days before, so they didn't seem like they wanted to attack her, so that's a good thing. Okay, guys, Hive 4, she's been released. She's been released and she's laying nicely. So that's a wonderful thing right there. That is a wonderful thing. I didn't hunt for her. I don't need to. No need to. The less you screw with these hives, the better, guys. Trust me. Don't you hate it when somebody says, trust me, right? If you like your doctor, you can keep your doctor. Trust me. Okay, that's good. So far, we're like 100% on this stuff. Nothing wrong with 100%, guys. I shouldn't be so mouthy. We got one more to go through here. Okay, guys, Hive 5. Hive 5. And she's out of the cage. She's released. I just got to make sure I got some eggs going on in here, or at least put an eyeball on her. These little LED lights that you get at Harbor Freight are excellent for looking for larvae, eggs. Alrighty, guys, got everybody checked out here. We got queens in every box, all 5 of them. And one didn't come out, so we let it out, and they looked like they were fine with her. So I'm thinking, when I make these up from now on, and this is something new I've started with these mated queens, I think you can jumpstart your operation, obviously, a lot quicker by installing mated queens. Of course, it's getting into your pocket. When you're doing walkaways, you're not going out of pocket much at all. You're just making bees from your own stock. But these, if you get queens, mated queens from a good breeder, you're going to get some quality stuff. And if they aren't quality, the queen breeder won't be in business long, obviously. So Matthew's been in business a long time. I like the way the boy rolls, and yeah. So I'm thinking 2 things. Make these splits a lot stronger, number 1, and number 2, when I install these queens, I'm going to give them 10 days. I'm not coming back for 10 days. And that way they give them plenty of time to get out of that cage. If you came back in 4 days, just released her, 2 things can happen. They may not get like her, and they might just go ahead and kill her because she hadn't been in there long. If they've been in there for 9 days or 7 days or 9 days, and she's not dead in that cage, them bees have been feeding her through that cage. So they want her out of the cage, and they've been digging in trying to get her out of that cage. So 2 things will happen: stronger nukes, and give them more time to crawl out. I'm going to give them 10 days. I'll just mark my calendar, come back in 10 days after I installed them and put some food on them. No bees have flown around this thing yet. Let's sprinkle a little sugar water all over everything. Hopefully somebody will get wind of it. Yes, hopefully somebody will get wind of it and come on. And I'm not supposed to get rain for a few days, so I don't have to worry about this pan filling up. Even if it does fill up, it's no big deal. Okay guys, that's it for today. It's a hot one. She is a hot one, but the beauty part of this, I'm in dapple light here. This is a pretty little spot to keep bees. Actually, I could go there and go on around there. I could put 300 colonies in here and nobody would notice, but the owner said only 5, but I've got enough room for 10, and I don't think he will care because he never even looks at me anymore. He just says, there's old Steve-O doing his thing. So I hope you guys are doing your thing, and I'll catch you on the next one. Be happy, be strong, keep making them bugs all summer long. See you later. Bye-bye.